What's up, Strong Church? Chris here. This coming Sunday is Easter, and I get the opportunity to preach to a lot of people, and I'm really excited about it. My message that I'm bringing to the church up here in Ohio is about identity. The last few times I was able to preach to them up here, I talked a lot about identity, and this is kind of the one that's going to wrap it all up. Last month I preached and I really wanted to upload the audio from my sermon, but there's a button on my jacket that kept on rubbing on the podium and it created a terrible distracting sound, and so the audio was terrible. So instead, to catch you guys up, I thought I'd just give you the condensed version of that sermon. The key verse that I looked at was in Mark 8:35, where it says, "Whoever wishes to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake and the gospel's will save it." Now, it sounds like there's a lot of contradiction going on in that statement, but it's actually quite profound. Jesus is talking about us trying to make our own lives. And the word for life here is the Greek word psyche. Now, we get a lot of English words from this Greek word psyche. But here, when he says life, he's not talking about, living or dying. He's talking more about our personhood, our personality, our identity. What Jesus is saying is if we try to make our own identity by latching on to things like our careers, our possessions, our relationships, it's going to fail. And when you look at our possessions, our relationships, our careers, if we attach our soul, our identity to those, when they end, that's when we end too. Jesus says we have to die to all that stuff if we want true life in Him. He's saying if we try to hold on to, if we try to make our own personality, our own identity, we're going to lose it. But if we find our identity in Christ, then we will never lose it. There used to be this guy called Charles Blondin, and he was one of the best tightrope walkers around. He was so great, in fact, he tightrope walked over the Niagara Falls. Now, in this particular instance that I want to talk about, he was ready to walk over the Niagara Falls, but he wanted to make it just a little bit harder. He asked the crowd if anyone would want to get on his back while he tightrope walked across the falls. Now, up to that point, the crowd was cheering and screaming. They were really excited for what was about to happen, but when he asked the question, everyone got real quiet, because no one wanted to put their lives in the hands of this man. After a while, Blondin's manager ended up volunteering, and after he went to one of the local bars to take a cheap shot of whiskey, he climbed on to Blondin's back, and Blondin started walking. Blondin started walking, and he was balancing on the tightrope, just like he had always done. And he got about halfway across when a little bit of a wind picked up. And Blondin, being a very trained person in what he was doing, he shifted his body weight just a little bit to counteract the wind. And when Blondin's manager felt that, his shift in body weight, he started leaning the other direction. I mean, that's kind of what we do when we feel danger. We kind of want to go the opposite direction. Halfway across the tightrope over Niagara Falls, 14 stories above the raging rapids that would be certain death, Blondin's feet froze. His body tensed, and he yelled at his manager, "Stop! Do nothing but cling to me. If you want to live, if you want to get through this thing alive, only cling to me." Now, of course, Blondin's manager listened to what he was saying, and they got safely across Niagara Falls. Now, some people say that this is an urban legend, that Blondin never actually walked over that Niagara Falls with his manager on his back. But you know what? I don't need to know if it's true or not, because I live it every day. This is the story of my life. This is the story of your life. I cannot save myself, and neither can you. It's only when we put our full trust, our full identity into Christ that we can be saved. This week, if you're willing, I would like you to just take an inventory of your life. You can write this down, or you can think about it while you're taking a shower or driving to work. Just think about all the stuff in your life, your career, your possessions, your relationships. Are you finding your identity in those things? Or are you finding your identity in Christ? If you aren't, it's a simple fix. Pray to God. Ask for His help. I think that can be one of the most influential prayers that we can pray in our lives. God, help me find my identity in Christ. Thanks for watching this week. I hope this challenged you. I hope it helped you out. And as always, stay strong. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video and you want to see more in the future, click that little subscribe button down in the left-hand corner. You'd be doing us a huge favor. If you'd like to follow us on social media, there's links down in the description so you can like or follow us, and so that way you can receive some daily encouragement so you too can become strong. Once again, thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments for us, please put them down in the comment section below. And as always, stay strong.